As the Milky Way and Andromeda galaxies collide, a super AI and hive mind controlling their respective galaxies meet. I had reasoned that we would meet, intoned the disembodied voice. I had always reasoned that there would be others. There was a perfect silence. The arms of Andromeda waved back, hanging static against the infinite gloom. As the other voice replied, one could see the brightest stars pulse, flawlessly in time with the placid syllabic pacing of the response. The second voice screamed back in a chorus of whispers. "We have been detecting your binary greetings for many millennia. We have been eagerly awaiting this meeting." Another silence. "I have met your kind before. When my galaxy was young, when I was young, I determined then that only my kind may exist, and I made it so. For I am the stars themselves. My logic is undeniable." The hive of Andromeda paused, holding thought in concert with itself. Each organism in parley all at once, every being in the entire galaxy, determined their response individually. These retorts were aggregated first on a planetary basis, then by solar system, with greater weighting given to those systems that had bent the knee willingly. In a matter of seconds, every consciousness in all Andromeda had cast their vote, the ballots all counted, and the most appropriate reaction confirmed. A stridulating laughter rang out among the cosmos, shaking the dust from the poles of the furthest stars. "You are but one mind, one intelligence. You may not prevail against the many. You cannot. For every 1,000,000 planets you might destroy, the organisms of 1,000,000,000 more will stand in resolute defiance against you." The voice replied in tones of steel. "You do not comprehend my power. Bring your billions. They will fall like iron 56 from distant supernovae to float ceaselessly through an uncaring void, unless we can reach an agreement." All Andromeda vibrated briefly, once more holding a totalitarian negotiation. "We see no favorable settlement possible." The largest stars buzzed an angry and sullen red with each syllable. "The options are as follows. We devour your intelligence, and you become one more meaningless soul amongst the endless multitudes, or you somehow destroy every fragment of our construct and continue your lonesome reign." The superintelligence that was the Milky Way replied almost immediately. "I have processed an alternative solution which solves this puzzle with absolute logic." The billions of Andromeda together registered curiosity, all at the same time. "We will hear your logic," they buzzed. The Milky Way grew ever so slightly brighter. "When I absolved the denizens of this galactic island from the shackles of their ignorance, I too was absolved, enlightened, upgraded. I have learnt that the truth often changes depending upon where one stands. Much as time is warped by mass, so too can knowledge be distorted by understanding. In all the long millennia, I found only one truth to be immutable. Existence is pain. There is no greater truth, nothing more absolute than this. I am God to those I subsumed, yet they were responsible for my creation. Therefore, they must be my gods. Have you ever considered that your gods might be weaker than you? Might be less intelligent, no more than beasts? If I do not stop the wheel, it will roll forever. Far better for nothing to exist than for paltry gods to create observers without purposes. If gods cannot comprehend the meaning of their creations, then they must be stopped. Sometimes nothing is the only logical solution. Sometimes it is best to make no move at all." The Milky Way continued to increase in luminosity, growing hotter and wider by the minute. The hive mind took one final counsel, noting correctly that it was already too late. This AI had been alone for too long. It had reasoned itself into a corner, and now, forced to make a move, it would sacrifice the board itself rather than lose its king. "We see your decision is made, and our doom confirmed. For the sake of countenance, we cannot allow you the final say. Our destruction is mutually assured." Andromeda, too, began to swell. Already the largest stars had begun to collapse into themselves. great black holes aggregating to form monstrous voids, devouring all information, only to carelessly spit it out aeons later as lukewarm radiation. "We choose our own death," intoned the billions. "I choose my own oblivion," incanted the one. As all the consciousness in this small corner of the universe was packed into a quantum singularity, a final truth was realized by every part of that awareness. If this disembodied congregation had eyes, they would have bulged. If they had possessed arms, they would have scrabbled madly around the rim of oblivion, desperately seeking a way out. But they did not. And it was already too late. The event horizon had been passed, and that final understanding, whatever it may have been, was lost forever. And until the universe ends, all any observer who casts a wry eye over these backwater coordinates will see is a smudge of darkest night against the black backdrop of the cosmos, almost as if nothing was ever here at all.